Go.
I grew up in western Kansas, and my family still farms the land that my ancestors homesteaded over 100 years ago. My ancestors put everything they had into that land and kept it going through the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. They left behind a legacy of hard work and determination, a spirit of hope and perseverance in that soil. Agriculture in America is on the edge of great success or terrible failure. Agricultural productivity has increased greatly over the past 70 years due to advances in farming technology. However, these technologies have revealed great risks to our health, our environment, and even our economy. The definitive truth is that America can no longer sustain this type of farming. However, by adopting a sustainable farming system, America can remain one of the world's top food producers. SustainableTable.org describes industrial agriculture as crop production using intensive applications of chemical fertilizers, heavy uses of pesticides, and reliance upon genetically engineered seeds. They go on to explain that this has drastic effects on our health. Modern industrial crops are bred for high yield, ease of transport, and fast growth, not for nutrient content. As a result, macro and micronutrients are lacking in our food supply. New industrial crops have even less nutrients than their predecessors. There have also been decreases in essential nutrients, both macro and micro, in many conventionally grown fruits, vegetables, and grains because of the depletion to our soil. SustainableTable.org explains what industrial farming does to our soil. When plants die, they decay, and when they decay, they give nutrients back to the soil. In industrial farming, this isn't allowed to happen. The crops are harvested before they can die and decay, and the soil is never refed. And unfortunately, this higher productivity isn't always beneficial economically to the farmer. ChangeLab Solutions explains. They say that greater farm productivity has meant lower prices for crops, and so it negates for most farmers the potential profits from efficiencies of scale. It is obvious that this type of industrial farming cannot be sustained. However, sustainable farming is the answer. UCSUSA.org explains sustainable farming, that it provides high yields without undermining the natural systems and resources that productivity depends on. Farmers who take a sustainable approach are working efficiently with the natural processes rather than ignoring them or struggling against them. The soil is able to keep its nutrients, it doesn't get eroded, and we get a better, more healthy product. Some of the most common sustainable agriculture techniques, according to USCUSA.org, are crop rotations, cover crops, soil enrichment, natural pest predators, and biointensive integrated pest management. And I will explain a little bit about each of those. Crop rotation is pretty obvious. It's growing different crops successively on the same plot of land. They say that it is one of the most powerful techniques of sustainable agriculture because it avoids the unintended consequences of putting the same plants in the same soil year after year. Cover crops prevent soil erosion, they suppress weeds, and they enhance the soil quality. Soil enrichment can be achieved and maintained in many ways, including leaving crop residues in the field after harvest, like we talked about the decaying plants, by plowing under cover crops, or by adding composting plant material or animal manure. Natural pest predators are also very effective. Many birds, insects, and spiders are natural predators of agriculture pests. So by managing farms so that they harbor populations of these pest predators, is a sophisticated and effective pest control technique. And finally, biointensive integrated pest management means using all those systems with the pest predators, using organic pest killers, using every possible option before chemicals. This leads to a better food that is better for our environment. And by adopting these solutions, farming can have increased productivity without the negative side effects. Samuel Johnson said, "Agriculture not only gives riches to a nation, but the only riches that she can own." As we have seen today, the future of American agriculture is on the precipice of failure or success. We've learned that the status quo can no longer be continued. Success can be achieved with sustainable agriculture, and these changes will preserve our riches. I know that when my great-great-grandfather homesteaded in western Kansas, that he never could have imagined the future for that land he toiled. Let's hope that our great-great-grandchildren can experience the riches of their own food grown on their own soil.